Beautiful Tucson morning. Hi everyone. You remember about a year ago when I said that I was going to do a video log? Well, here's the second installment 1 year later. So it has been just over a week since Clash Miami, and it has been a rough go. And travel home from the race was a complete nightmare. It was the reason I even did the race was because on paper it seemed so simple to get there and get home. I was getting in on Wednesday night and getting home Saturday around 11 a.m. It was supposed to be 6.5 hours travel both ways. On the way home, delays, cancellations, etc. Ended up being 32 hours travel home with a night in Chicago. And then of course on the Friday, the day of the race, I started to get sick and got fully sick in the middle of that very stressful travel home. And I can tell you that flying nowadays in the middle seat with runny nose and a cough is the absolute worst thing you can experience. So still 1 week later, feel pretty crappy. Body is okay. The worst part was my hip. I'll show you. Maybe you can see it. It's healing, but still a little banged up. Now I'm just trying to get over this stupid cold. But it's been a week and I need to start training. Literally Oceanside is 2 weeks from today. I'm still totally on the fence about doing it because I feel pretty crappy. I've literally taken a week off training, but it's time to start training again. So I will document today's training. I don't know what the theme of this video is. There perhaps is no theme. Perhaps the video will never even come out. We'll see. But I will document what we do today and then perhaps post it. All right, so I do a whole bunch of different nutritional things, mainly to just keep my my capacity to take different carb sources and drink sources good, my gut used to it. And so these are my go-to two sources now. Some Mortons, I'll do 2 Morton 160s and 2 bottles of Scratch. I'm doing a 2-hour ride, and then I'll supplement to get myself 80 to 100 grams of carbs an hour with some Morton gels.
Okay.
Now you're in the ballpark.
I mean,
You could use slightly less so that it's less taxing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's allowed. You don't always have to be on the top, you know what I mean?
yeah, so that was 355, so I go 350.
Like 350 is pretty under the weather.
Yeah, see, like,
So that's like my heart rate's high, my lactate's not is perfect, but I feel fucking horrible. So therefore, which one's right? Right? It's first is how do you feel? I feel horrible. So I'm back riding the CFR. Pretty sick bike, you have to admit it. Canyon built me this extension piece such that I'm able to get more extension on the front end. So I was able to map my position from the UCI bike onto here and actually move it forward approximately 4 centimeters. So now I'm only sitting about, I think, 3 or 4 centimeters behind the bottom bracket. Whereas on the UCI bike, I was actually sitting 9 centimeters behind the bottom bracket. Eventually, with time, I would like to hopefully work with Canyon to get myself actually in front of the bottom bracket, like most triathlon positions, but we are not there yet. I have it maxed out in every direction. I can't go any lower, at least with this piece. I have the, I think this is called the spring, actually in a forward position. I have the hen in the most narrow position. I have the longest extension, and it is maxed out. So this is about as much reach as one can possibly get on the CFR. I wanted to get off the UCI bike mainly because
I just had to do so much to make it possible to race on in a triathlon, and I had so much aftermarket stuff. Not that any of the stuff was bad or anything, but just it was sweating and everything all over. It really hard to manage aftermarket stuff because like I'm rusting stuff out all the time, snapping bolts, and then it's a pain to get the stuff. And so it's nice to be on stock stuff that I can get from Canyon when I rust it out, which is quite regularly. And then also just the integration is wonderful. Integrated hydration. I got 3 more gels in there. Rear cage pairs nicely. It's just nice to be on the current stuff that they have on the market. So, and I got a data point in Miami. I know I crashed, but I was riding decently well. I pushed 3, I went back and I looked and I cut out the crash, and I pushed 350 watts to go even for the most part with the fastest guys, Sam. And so I'm pretty happy with that on that course. I probably have to push a bit more power because my cornering is not the best. And so I have to probably make up a little bit, you know, of time using more power. So I'm happy with that, considering on a less technical course I probably get more speed off of that power. So I thought it performed quite well, but you know, I won't be able to get a true data point until I get it into a more normal 70.3 kind of situation and see what 350 to 360 watts gets. So I'm a free agent right now in terms of kits and cycling apparel, and so I've been trying out a whole bunch of different companies. And so in Miami I wore the Mach apparel kit and it performed really well. In fact, I would say that that kit really saved my skin because it didn't rip, and so the materials were great, fit great. And now I'm trying out some Wind Republic stuff, and so I'm very thankful to them for sending me some stuff to try, and so far it is really good.
Car. Watch your bike.
All right, so I never described the workout, so I'm describing it post-workout. It was 6 times 10 minutes with 2.5 minutes recovery. Kind of just trying to be in the middle of the threshold kind of zone, so targeting around 3 millimole. First couple, 368, 2.8 millimole. Felt absolutely garbage. Still very under the weather. So reduced it a bit, 365, 2.9 millimole. And then nearly coughed up a lung, so reduced it another 5 watts further to 360. And that brought it back into somewhat decent perceived exertion. So, I mean, this is a balance when you're sick, but you're also trying to make a living. You know, I took a week. This is the kindest I've ever been to myself, I would say. I took a week, basically, like, very easy. And I still feel fucking horrible. So, at some point, like, you can't just, like, take off, like, I'll take a month off because I'm sick. At some point, you got to get back to it. So, today we got back to it.
An ice cream like little girls.
Oh.
I said, why are you talking to me? Oops, sorry.
You good?
Okay.
All right, so after the swim, I have to keep my voice down because little Levi is sleeping. After the swim, got home, had a quick bowl of cereal, went out, ran 45 minutes, super chill out on the golf course path. And now doing my absolute favorite thing of the entire week. I'm gonna watch people beat the crap out of each other.
It's UFC 286. It occurred earlier. I have not checked social media. I have not checked anything all day, so I have absolutely no idea what happened. And I'm going to eat Indian food. They didn't ask me my spice level, though. That's a little disappointing, I must say, because I'd have got it 5 out of 5. But anyhow, I'm totally looking forward. So, thank you for watching my, I believe, second vlog.